Hello and welcome to today's online session. Today we are going to continue with the chapter Rural Development and continue with the topic Non-Farm Activities. Under the non-farm activities, we have done the first one, that is animal husbandry, that is about livestock. The next one we are going to discuss is the dairy. Dairy is the branch of agriculture which involves breeding, raising, utilization of dairy animals for the production of milk and the various dairy products processed from it. It's a business of producing, storing, and distributing milk and its byproducts. The performance of Indian dairy sector over the last 3 decades has been quite impressive. It has got tremendous boost because of the successful implementation of Operation Flood. Operation Flood is a white revolution that is boost up in the production of milk. Right now, India ranks first in the milk production, and milk production in India increased from 17 million tons in 1950-51 to 165.4 million tons in 2016 and 17. To boost milk production, National Dairy Development Board, that is NDDB, National Dairy Development Board, was established in 1917 under the expert guidance of Chairman Verghese Kurkane. The objective of this program was to create nationwide milk grid. You have heard about electricity grid or some other. It was about milk grid because under this milk cooperative were formed. Under the Operation Flood system, farmer used to pull up their milk produce according to the grade. Then same milk was processed, marketed to urban areas through different cooperatives. And these cooperatives ensured a fair price as well as steady income to the farmers. Gujarat state Amul is a success story about the efficient implementation of milk cooperatives, which was followed by many states. Along with this, meat, eggs, wool, and other byproducts are also emerging in this area in the productive sector of diversification. Livestock farming is quite impressive, and due to this livestock farming, there is a boost to this dairy business. Next is the area which is a non-farm area of employment, that is fisheries. Fisheries refers to occupation devoted to catching, processing, or selling fish or other aquatic animals. Fisheries sector plays an important role in socio-economic development of the country. India has seen a progressive increase with the introduction of new technology as well as budgetary allocation in fisheries, aquaculture, and there is a development of fisheries in India. Now, the things which are important regarding fisheries, because fishery regard water body as a mother body, like ocean, seas, rivers, lakes, natural aquatic ponds, streams, etc. They are known as the mother or the provider, as they are life-giving source to the fishery communities, fishing communities. Right now, fish production is inland as well as marine fish. Out of the total fish production in India, 64% production is done from the inland source and 36% come from the marine sector. And the share of fish production in India's total GDP is 0.8%. And the major states which are in this fish producing states: West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and Maharashtra. Above all, the women participation is quite high in this profession. Women are not involved in active fishing, but 60% of the workforce which deals with export marketing of fishery, they are women. And 40% of internal marketing of fish is done through the women. There is a need to increase credit facilities to form cooperatives for the fisherwomen so they can meet their capital requirement, as well as there is a need for SHG for them. At present, fish workers' families are poor and they're facing a lot of problems like widespread underemployment, low per capita earnings, absence of mobility of labor to other sectors. They cannot leave this profession and move to other sectors. As well as there is a high illiteracy as well as indebtedness among those who are related with the fishing profession. As well as overfishing and pollution need to be controlled to develop this profession. Welfare-oriented programs should be started for these fishermen as well as the fisher women. So this area can be developed as a non-farm employment sector. The next, which is the fast emerging non-farm sector, is the horticulture. It refers to a science or art of cultivating fruits, vegetables, tuber crops, flowers, medicinal and aromatic plants, spices and plantation crops, because these crops play a vital role in providing food and nutrition as well as employment concern, as well as they are helpful in the industry. Either it's Ayurveda or it's medicine industry, or it's a perfume based industry. So there are many industries which are based on the horticulture. Even hotel and tourism is also based on the cultivation of different fruits and vegetables. India has adopted horticulture as it is blessed with varying climate and soil condition, where we can develop this profession very well. It is an important sector for diversification as well as value addition in agriculture, only facing multiple croppings or two cropping system. Horticulture is a contributing sector. 6% of GDP comes from the horticulture, and it contributes 1/3 of the value of agricultural output. Total agriculture output, which 1/3 share is of horticulture, which provides 6% of GDP. India has emerged as a world leader in producing a variety of fruits like mangoes, bananas, coconut, cashew nuts, and number of spices. Indian spices are world known. Like at the time of COVID, I think all over the world people are talking about Indian spices. With production of 74.877 million tons of fruits, 146 million tons of vegetable in 2011, India is the second largest producer in the world, both of fruits as well as of vegetables. It helped to improve the economic condition of many farmers, improving their livelihood of the underprivileged classes. I think you have seen or heard stories about different farmers in Punjab, those who have adopted different kind of farming of different types of fruits and vegetables, and they're earning lakhs of money in it. Plus, it has a great scope for women empowerment. Flower harvesting, nursery maintenance, hybrid seed production, tissue culture propagation, fruits and flowers, food processing. They are highly remunerative employment option for the women in the rural areas. Horticulture is a successful, sustainable livelihood option, and it needs to be encouraged significantly, as it needs investment infrastructure like electricity, cold storage, marketing, small scale processing units, and technology. So these should be improved to improve this sector, non-farm agriculture sector, which has a huge potential. And the last one is information and technology, that is IT. IT has not developed only agriculture, it has developed all branches, all areas. It's that branch of engineering that deals with the use of computers and telecommunication to retrieve and store and transmit information. IT has not revolutionized many sectors in India but all over the world. It's playing a major role as well as sustainable development in the 21st century. Like right now, we cannot stand without this area. Through appropriate information and software, government is able to predict food insecurity, vulnerability, and prevent likelihood of emergency or shortages, which can be covered through this method. IT provides quite lot information to agriculture regarding new technology and its application, prices of different products all over the world, weather conditions, soil condition for growing different crops, as well as soil testing also. It acts as a tool for releasing creative potential and knowledge embedded in the society. People who know this, know different art and technology regarding agriculture, they can share their information through IT, which is a great source of employment generation in the rural areas. As well as these centers can provide an option for livelihood as a sustainable option for livelihood and employment in the rural areas. In October 2014, Government of India introduced SAGY. SAGY means Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. In this, members of Parliament of India, they need to identify and develop one village from their constituency. To begin with, MP can develop one village as a model village by 2016 and two more by 2019, so covering around 2,500 villages in India. According to this scheme, village can have a population from 3 to 5,000 and 1,000 to 3,000 in hills. So they can own this area in their MPs. They need to develop facilities like infrastructure, health, nutrition, education, as well as they can motivate the villagers to take up a part of this in this development. That is Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. Next topic which is given in your book, that is organic farming, is quite related to today's world, but it is omitted by the CBSE for 2021 exams. So it will not be a part of your CBSE examination. So we will end up this chapter by evaluating the rural development. So no doubt, rural, after so much development and changes, still a rural sector is backward. Until and unless some spectacular changes should occur in these areas, like there is a need to stress for diversification, poultry, fisheries, vegetable, fruits. There need to link up urban and rural areas. Rural production center for foreign export, markets, investment should be done. Then better facilities should be provided to the rural areas like credit, marketing, agriculture, electricity, state agriculture department, farmer-friendly agricultural policies, constant appraisal and dialogue between farmer groups and the companies as well as the agricultural department, so the full potential of rural sector can be achieved. There is a need to develop sustainable development in the rural areas, so we need to invent and procure alternative sets of eco-friendly technologies in the rural area for the sustainable development and develop the rural areas according to their needs, available resources without depleting their resources, and promoting eco-friendly technologies in the rural areas, because rural development will lead to economic development of all over India, as Indian economy lies in the rural India. That's all from this chapter.